So, there have been a lot of announcement according to X-Men titles. Hell, we're getting a Dazzler title for some reason. I don't get, like, is there still a market for Dazzler? Like, I'm sure the creative team will get me interested, or maybe not, I don't know, but, like, I looked at, like, Dazzler solo series. I'm like, who asked for this? Who asked? Storm I get. Storm I'm excited to read, and I've got a feeling, like, I've heard a rumor that, it's gonna be, Al Ewing writing Storm, which I really hope. It's one of the, I've heard, like, it's either gonna be Al or Eve Ewing, but again, that's just the rumor going around, and I hope it's Al Ewing. I'm a big fan of his work. And he's really good at writing Storm, obviously from X-Men Red, so I hope he continues that with the character. Anyway, so there was also the announcement that an X-Man will be joining Jed MacKay's Avengers run in issue 17. We don't know which one. I'm personally thinking it might be Beast, because he already has the Avengers connection, but knowing Jed MacKay, it'll probably be a character we were not expecting at all. Like, it could be Emma Frost, it could be Kitty, it could be, it could be fucking Sinister, for all we know. It's not gonna be Sinister, but, like, I'm just saying, like, Jed MacKay has this thing where he takes a character that no one gives a shit about and makes them, like, you give a shit about them. Kind of like when we find, like, there's that reveal in Vengeance of the Moon Knight, where we find out it's not Mark Spector, it's someone else. I'm not gonna spoil who it is, but when I found out, I was like, him? Really? Him? He's Moon Knight now. Okay. I am very interested in Vengeance of the Moon Knight, just to have more Jed MacKay Moon Knight, but yeah. Anyway, so that got me thinking. I think it's high time we bring back the Uncanny Avengers. But Multi, I hear you say, we already had the Uncanny Avengers. Why would you want to bring them back? We already just had them in a miniseries during the Fall of Krakoa during the Fall of X storyline. Exactly. We had a miniseries for them in the Fall of X storyline. We never got them in a that's all we got. Now the Uncanny Avengers was really cool because it was basically an Avengers team that was made up of Avengers and X-Men to promote that, mankind should live and coexist with the X-Men. Was it a little demeaning? Even the X-Men characters were like, yeah, it's a little demeaning that we have to pretend to be Avengers to make people tolerate us. But Cap was always had a good idea about it and thought it was a good thing to do. And I kind of like the Rick Remender run. I never read the other, the Jerry Duggan runs or whatever. I heard they weren't great. So, yeah. Although I do want to check out the Uncanny Avengers miniseries that Jerry Duggan wrote, because I heard it's actually a solid miniseries. And it brings back old Uncanny Avengers vibes. But we're getting off topic. So I think with basically the X-Men, doing this whole From the Ashes thing, I think it's high time and the perfect situation to bring back the classic X-Men. To bring back the classic Uncanny Avengers. So I think that Uncanny Avengers, and for all we know, no one thought we were going to get a Dazzler title. So for all intents and purposes, we could still get an Uncanny Avengers team in this slew of announcements. But I feel like if there was any time with the X-Men trying to do rebuild after the fall of Krakoa, and with the Avengers just kind of the Avengers are actually helping in this whole fall of Krakoa. There's an Avengers story arc right now going on of them battling the Stark Sentinels. And also Tony being married to Emma. I don't know if that's still a thing or not, but he was shtupping Emma Frost for a bit. So the Avengers are getting more involved with the X-Men and their Blight. So it would stand to reason that you could probably make a new title for Uncanny Avengers and have it be that series. So this is just kind of a what-if scenario. Who would I want on this team for, who would I want to see in this X-Men Uncanny Avengers team? Well, for starters, the battle cry would be, "To me, my Avengers," or X-Men Assemble. It would fluctuate depending on the character. It would be both "To me, my Avengers" or X-Men Assemble. So the Uncanny Avengers. Who would be on this team? Well, considering that considering that Steve isn't on the Jed McKay Avengers run, like it's Sam and it's Carol leading the team, but Sam is the Captain America leading. So my pick would be and Steve has always been a proponent of the Uncanny Avengers. So Steve Rogers, you want him in an Avengers team, here you are, and now he's teaming up with, he's back together with X-Men. He's always been a part of the Uncanny Avengers already, so Steve once again would be on the Uncanny Avengers. But the thing of it is, I would not have Cap as the leader. The leader of this team would actually be Storm. Storm has proven time and time again that she is, and she's got that event. Remember, in the Bendis run, she was filling in for Thor for a hot minute, and she was an Avenger. So let's have her back. Like, let's have Storm lead the team. Steve is there. So Storm, you got Storm, you got Steve. So who would be the other characters I would have on this team? As for others, I would have Laura. Like, it's going to be like, so we got Laura for the other let's talk about the other X-Men characters I have on this team. Laura, because Wolverine's going to be busy with his own team that Gail Simone's writing. So Laura, I would have Colossus. Yeah, Laura, Colossus. I would also say, be kind of cool to have Dust, but that's me. I'm the only person who likes the character, apparently. But Dust would be another pick. And I would also have, as a fascinating pick, I would actually have Mystique. Because we're trying, like, I think, Steve would, like, Storm would allow Mystique on the team, but Steve would be there and be like, yeah, you're kind of a terrorist and have killed people, some of whom were my friends. I'm going to keep a close eye on you. So, but Mystique would be on this team. As for Avengers, the Avengers I would have on this team would be Wonder Man. He was on the Uncanny Avengers, so have him back. I would also have... this is going to sound weird, but I kind of would bring back Dr. Druid. Like, no one's done anything with Dr. Druid, so I would actually have Dr. Druid on this team. Another pick I would have would be... Because Doctor Strange is busy all the damn time, so let's have Dr. Druid. Another classic Avenger character. My next pick would be, for the Avengers side, I would say Ant-Man, Scott Lang Ant-Man, just to have, like, some movie, for the movie value. And, yeah, so Scott Lang Ant-Man. Actually, yeah, no, Scott. Let's have Scott. I was thinking Hank, but, like, they're doing weird stuff with Hank right now, so I wouldn't mess with that. So Scott Lang, Ant-Man, and for the other Avenger I would have would be, who would I have as my last Avengers pick? Probably Black Knight. Yeah, Black Knight would be cool. So that would be my Uncanny Avengers team, a cool mix of, like, known and lesser known Avengers and X-Men, and have them, like, battle both Avengers and X-Men villains. Because it was really just in that storyline, it was really them battling Red Skull, who took Xavier's brain, and they didn't really do a lot other than that overarching story with, leading to that god-awful storyline we all know and loathe as Axis. God, that event sucked. Anyway, so I think the time is now to bring back Uncanny Avengers. It's the perfect, like, story-wise, it makes sense. And it could actually happen. We don't, like, no one was expecting a Dazzler storyline, but here we are. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, would you guys want the Uncanny Avengers back? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.